And welcome to our first news edition of Decision 2016 Digest. I hope you guys got to see the intro video, but this is our first full edition with the news headlines of the week. Well, we try to bring you the top political and policy and election news headlines every Sunday in 6 minutes or less. So let's get started right away. First up this season will be the first GOP debate. Yep. It's going to be this Thursday. Everybody's talking about it, the Trump factor, all of that good kind of stuff. This Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern on Fox News Channel. The top 10, based on an average of, I think it's 5 national polls, based on their standings, will be on the main debate. And then earlier in the day, the remaining candidates will do a roundtable with Bill Hemmer, and I can't remember who else is going to do that. But the big Fox debate, 9 p.m. Thursday. Who's in, who's out? Well, I've been visiting with our friend Brett Baer. He tells me that Tuesday morning, Fox News will announce the final 10 for the main debate on the main stage in Cleveland, again, 9 p.m. Eastern this coming Thursday. It's really important because it's our first chance to hear and see these candidates in action, and it's a first look at where they stand on the policies. You know, on the campaign trail, we catch a lot of scripted stuff, scripted speeches, sound bites, carefully chosen words, but there is a killer panel of Brett Baer as lead moderator and panelist, along with the very insightful Megyn Kelly from Fox News and Chris Wallace, who's host of Fox News Sunday. Those will be the panelists. There are a few wild cards in this race. I know a number of people will be tuning in just to see what Donald Trump's going to do. He's sucked a lot of the oxygen away from a lot of the candidates, and he's known to be the rough and tumble apprentice guy, and he's a master showman. He's entered the race. Just a point of note, tomorrow morning on my radio show, Brett Baer, who's actually the lead moderator for this debate, will be on the radio show. The link's down in the description if you'd like to tune in. But he told me that they at Fox News have been preparing in what-if scenarios, which Trump will show up. Will it be Trump the statesman who colors within the lines and follows the rules of the debate, or will he be a wrecking ball? I joked with Brett privately that he might need a whipping chair like a circus ringmaster for this debate, but certainly the ratings are going to benefit by Donald Trump's appearance. My observation is Trump's policy positions have been soundbite worthy, but not long on a lot of practical policy and how they would be implemented. I asked Brett about that, and he said that they are designing questions really to drill down on all the candidates about the functions and what their policies mean and how they would be implemented. But it'll be interesting to see if Trump follows the debate format and stays within the lines and within the guidelines of the debate format. And, there's a risk of mistakes. We've got now 17 candidates in the GOP primary, and, the herd will thin. The money will dry up. They won't catch on, so on and so forth. It is so early. This is the very first debate. We're over 15 months out from the national election, and about 10 months out from any kind of serious primary decisions on who the ultimate candidate will be. So, but major gaffes are a risk for these candidates, but this is a great opportunity to get an early first look at the candidates for the 2015 GOP nomination. Also in the news is Hillary Clinton again. Obviously, she is the front runner for the nomination for the Democrats in the 2016 contest. But breaking news this week, in case you missed it, everybody's heard the drip, drip, drip about the emails she kept on her private server. Two inspectors generals from the State Department have referred a matter over to the Attorney General, in that they have found, just looking at a handful of emails, that Hillary Clinton did in fact have national security and confidential information that should have been secure on her private email server, and they're looking into that. I'm not going to jump on to the legalistics of it, but I will tell you, as somebody who's consulted with campaigns and been involved in campaigns, this drip, drip, drip of this information, whether you like Hillary Clinton or not, whether you believe the history of the Clintons or not, both when Bill was president and so on and so forth, this constant drumbeat of things coming out that question her credibility are hurting her, and there's just no doubt about it, and it's starting to show in the polls. Bernie Sanders, who's a quote-unquote socialist candidate, is gaining some traction. I don't think he'll catch on and ultimately be the nominee, but right now my observation is that Hillary Clinton is her own worst enemy. And some breaking news: Joe Biden, Vice President Joe Biden, good old Uncle Joe, is looking at possibly jumping in the race, and I know that has a lot of people on the Clinton campaign, their butts are clenching right now, because that would be their worst nightmare, a quasi-credible candidate jumping in to take Hillary on when she's so vulnerable. What is interesting is the latest polls I saw, I think it was Quinnipiac, show that 57% of Americans surveyed, and that's Democrats, Republicans, Independents, so on and so forth, find her not honest and not trustworthy. Easy for you to say. What's interesting is she has a 45% base that's going to vote for her no matter what, which means a portion of that 57% is going to vote for her even though they find her dishonest and untrustworthy, which just blows my mind and is kind of a commentary of where we are today in our political system. One big blip for her this week, she was asked about the Keystone Pipeline. I know a lot of people in your everyday lives, you don't care about it, but it is a job creator. The Obama administration, I think, has just been petulant on it because Republicans want it and pro-business people want it. Her answer to her position on the Keystone Pipeline is elect me president, and I'll tell you. Again, another major gaffe that just shows the arrogance and the need for her to get her finesse and get her stride on the campaign trail, because, again, I think she's her own worst enemy. And I know people are tired of hearing about Benghazi, but 4 brave Americans died there. She has agreed, and I think it's coming up here in late August or early September, she will actually testify before Trey Gowdy's Select Committee on Benghazi, trying to get the answer. So a lot going on there. In other news headlines worth watching, Planned Parenthood is in trouble. They've been caught on tape selling baby parts for medical research. I find it disgusting, but pay attention to that one. Also, congressional action on the Iran nuclear deal. It's turning out not as advertised. Pay close attention to that. And of course, the immigration debate rages on, which will feature prominently in the Thursday debate with Fox News. But we're just out of time. Be sure and pay attention to those. We're going to wrap it up, but that is the top news headlines. I promised I'd race through them and give you the top news headlines of the day. And again, tomorrow morning, Monday morning, August 3rd, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, I will have special report anchor and Fox News anchor Brett Baer on my radio show. The link is down in the description, and I hope you'll join us and listen in as Brett previews this coming Thursday's GOP debate, their first time out of the blocks. If you like what we're doing here, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us, and give this video a thumbs up. Also, I've got a special deal for you with audible.com. Down in the description, you can hit that link and get a free trial and a free book. Your first book is free on audible.com. Check out the show. Tune into the show. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and we'll love you to forever. This concludes this edition, August 2nd, 2015, of Decision 2016 Digest. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.